welcome back to my YouTube channel and happy new year. We are about to enter into 2025. I actually cannot believe I'm saying that. For some reason, 2025 seems so huge to me, more than any other year. Like, I don't know. How is it 2025? I feel like it was just 2017 or 19. Like, this is just crazy. Today, I have taken down my vision board that we made last year together, and we are going to be updating it for the new year. I'm so excited. This is like my favorite thing to do ever. I did the same thing I did last year, and I printed out a bunch of pictures that I found on Pinterest that correlated to things that I want to manifest in the new year and that I want to have hanging on my wall as like a daily visual reminder. So I printed out a bunch of new pictures so that way we can update this board. Following the tradition from last year, I thought it'd be really fun to recap this past year while I'm doing it, so we can like kind of chat about each month and just kind of go over everything that's happened in 2024. And just reflecting on this vision board that I made exactly a year ago today, it is actually insane how many of the things on here that I have accomplished, and there's some things that I still haven't accomplished that I want to keep on my vision board as just like, you know, longer term goals. But a lot of them I really feel so grateful to have accomplished. Just as a reminder that doing these vision boards are so fun and such a good reminder to keep you focused on your goal. Like, we have this picture of 3 luggages, and I'm pretty sure I took this exact picture when me and the girls went to Greece. Also, if you can notice, half of it is empty because literally like halfway through the year, this whole chunk fell off. It was very interesting. I don't know where the pictures are right now, but a lot of the ones that fell off were things that I have done. Like, I had this like YSL Beauty thing on here, and it fell off right after I went to Paris with them, which we're gonna get into. But it was just so interesting to me, and I feel like I am the type of person that thinks that everything is a sign. So I don't know if it was exactly a sign, but I was like, maybe it fell off for a reason, because, you know, I did that already, and the rest of them is what I should be focusing on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just my crazy way of thinking, but it is so amazing to see at the end of the year things that you put on here that you've accomplished. So let's get started. I'm gonna kind of take off some of the ones that I want to replace because there are some that I want to keep the same. So I just randomly, this is like a side note, I feel like I'm rambling, but I was just about to take this picture off, and it's a picture of a Canon camera, and I had just bought a new camera. Like, I'm filming on my new camera right now, and I kind of just like went on a whim and found like a few reviews of certain cameras, and I just bought one to try it out, and the exact random one that I bought is in this picture. I'm like shook. I'm gonna start going through the pictures. What I like to do first is I'll go through all the pictures that I have selected. I'll show you some of them as I go. And I like to kind of cut them out and cut them into little shapes, or however I think I'd want it positioned on the board. I will kind of just edit it and like cut the pictures up. So I'm gonna do that first, and then I'll figure out how I want to place it onto the board. While I do that, I thought it'd be fun for us to go through and reflect on my 2024 and go through all the things that has happened. Starting off with January of 2024, this was probably the hardest month of my entire life, and I took you guys along with me, so if you've been here since then, you kind of know what I'm talking about. I had my surgery on January 16th. My birthday was not the funnest one. I was a very anxious mess the whole 6 months leading up to it, honestly. So the month of January was honestly very, very hard for me, but it was also very empowering at the same time, and I learned so much. I gained such a new perspective on life that month. Really showed myself that I am way stronger than I think I am, because the whole like month leading up to my surgery, like all that was going through my head is like, how am I gonna get through this? I'm so not strong enough for this. Like, I truly believed that. I would cry myself to sleep. I would have to like literally listen to these like calming vibrations for me to fall asleep, because I was just that anxious every single night leading up to it. But I did it. You know, it was what had to be done. Obviously very grateful that I did it, and it's honestly been like a learning experience every single day. Just so grateful that everything went smoothly. I'm so grateful that I made it out the other end, and I truly took with me perspective of like living every single day to its fullest, because I just got a glimpse of like what could be, and I also just feel like my heart goes out to all of the people who didn't have the chance that I had to reverse something that is very scary. And I feel like I wanted this video to be very positive, so I'm not gonna go too far into it, but you guys can go back and watch all my videos on what the surgery was for, why I did it, and I really documented my entire journey, so you guys can go and watch that. January was really just surgery and healing. Going into February, I started to, you know, gain my strength back, and I really was so antsy to just like get back into my everyday life. Like, I just didn't want this surgery to consume any more of my life. So I kind of like really pushed myself to just get back into going to events and being able to go hang out with my friends. I couldn't really drive yet because, you know, obviously you can't drive for a couple of weeks after a surgery like that. I remember my dad would literally like drive me into the city to events because I was like, I need to go. Like I'm sorry, but I need to get out of this house and I need to like get back into going to events and being social. It was New York Fashion Week, like the February Fashion Week. Obviously I didn't like go as hard as like most fashion weeks where I'm like going to so many events in one day, but I would go to a few, and one of my favorite ones was the YSL Beauty event. That was before I even knew I was going to be going on a brand trip with them, and I was just so excited to be invited to that event. It was so cool, and I really liked my look that night too. Also at the end of February, me and Brooke went on a tiny little staycation with the brand Guess to the Catskills, and that was my first time being there, so that was really cool, and we just had a blast. Like you can go watch that vlog of us in the Catskills. We like, I don't think stopped laughing the entire time of us being there. Like I'm not even kidding. It was so much fun. When I think back to that trip, I think back to us just hysterical laughing. I think I have a video of me like rolling around on the floor laughing, and it was just such an amazing like experience that we had together. Like I just am so grateful for it. We were really there for work. Like we were just, you know, like kind of modeling for the brand, and so like we just made so much fun of it. Like I don't know, I just love that I get to work with my best friend. In March, just a random day in March, I looked down at my phone and I see I have a message from Kylie Cosmetics, and they're inviting me to their launch party of the new Kylie Cosmetics Cosmic fragrance in LA, and something in me just said, you need to go to this. I didn't even know if Kylie was gonna be there. Like I had no idea. I just felt it in me that I needed to go. So I was going back and forth, like, do I do this? How do I do this? Like I didn't want to go alone because I'm obviously kind of scared of flying by myself. The only way that Sam was able to come with me, because no one else could, was if we went there for literally 24 hours. So I was like, that's what we're doing. We're gonna go for 24 hours, and that's what I did. So we went to LA. We stayed literally for 24 hours. Our flight the second day was like kind of later in the day, so we still got to see California and explore for just like a little bit. We rented a car. That was just like so much fun. Definitely one of my favorite adventures that me and Sam have gone on. Us getting to go to this event together. Like they let me bring him as a +1, which was so insane. They like literally last minute was like, yeah, he can come. So I brought him with me. We went to the event. I met up with some of my social media friends that I've never met in person before, and they were so sweet. Like definitely made the experience so amazing. It was like getting to see those girls in real life, and that event was like truly one of my favorites of all time. We got to meet Kylie. She was so sweet. She actually took the time to like talk to everyone. It wasn't like a formal like meet and greet type of event. Like we were literally just at this private club that they rented out with Kylie Jenner, and there was like not that many of us either, so it felt very intimate. I was just like, what is my life? Like how am I just hanging out with Kylie right now? Definitely watch that vlog. That was a good vlog. Another reason why that trip was so legendary, and I will never ever forget it in my life, was at night when I got back from the event, sitting in bed. I think we ordered food, looked down at my phone, and I see a text from my manager, and she goes, you are going to die. You just got the most insane opportunity. You are going to die. You need to call me. And that is when she told me that I was invited to Paris with YSL Beauty. And in that moment, I was like my jaw actually dropped. I was just like so overwhelmed with so much gratitude, and just like, what, like this is just insane. Like it kind of like meant so much more to me too, because of the fact that I just had like such a traumatic, like hard month in January. Like it was so fresh still, and like I don't know why I like fully convinced myself, like before I had the surgery, I convinced myself like this is it, like my life is over. Like I don't know why I like had that in the back of my mind. I like never like vocalized it. I remember just like crying because I was like, wow, like I really did make it out on the other end, and I'm getting to experience life. It just meant so much to me, like just in that simple regard that like I'm getting to have so many incredible experiences that I've worked hard for. It was just amazing. I'll never forget that call. It was also insane because she was like, oh, and by the way, it's in 2 weeks. Like I think I had like maybe 10 days to prepare for this trip to Paris. And like, I've never even been to Europe at this point. So that to me was insane. Like I'm spontaneous sometimes, but I'm not that spontaneous. Just the fact that I was going with 2 weeks notice, like I couldn't even fathom it, but I was so excited. I found out that my good friend Dara was going. So that was amazing. I was like, okay, phew, like I feel more confident and comfortable going because I know she's gonna be there. We were gonna get to like be on the same plane, all like just amazing. Everything worked out perfectly. I went on that trip. It was like the end of March into April. Bro, I came home. I was just chilling, you know, doing my thing. I think I went to the Olivia Rodrigo concert, which was so cool. I was in the pit for that. Really never been in the pit like that for anyone. So that was a really cool experience. She put on such a good performance. I love her. And in May, my nephew was born, which was so amazing. Obviously, I love him so, so much. Like my niece and my nephew mean absolutely the world to me. And then in June, me, Amanda, and Brooke went on another White Fox brand trip, which those are always just so fun in LA. So I headed back to LA. Brand trip itself was so much fun. It was like a few days. We ended up extending our trip an entire week after that. The best decision we ever made because we still talk about that trip daily, about how much it was just incredible. Then July was pretty chill. We just, again, came back. It was summer, living our best summer life. We went to Montauk a few times for different things. And then in August, we went to Greece, which was definitely one of my favorite trips that I've ever taken in my entire life. The most memorable, amazing time. Every so often when I look back on pictures, I'm like, I can't even believe that that actually happened. We got to see Athens. We went to 3 different islands by ferry. Like that alone was such an experience. It really just opened up my eyes that like, I just really want to see more of the world and I can't wait to like go on more trips in the future. And September came around. It was the fall fashion week. That was super fun. Me and my friends got a hotel and we just like spent the week in the city. Our managers actually came in for this fashion week, so we got to see them, which we don't normally get to do since we all live different states. So that was really, really fun. I'm like putting all the pictures into place now and actually starting to tape them down. October, again, just working. I got to go to a little staycation in New York City with Valentino Beauty. That was also super cool. Another brand that I really have always wanted to work with. With that, I got to meet Charlie XCX. Insane. I also got to see Sabrina Carpenter in concert. That was amazing. I love her. Definitely her album was like the soundtrack of 2024 for me. In November, White Fox had a New York trip. They all came to New York and me and Brooke got to go on that trip with them. It was so fun. Like it truly just feels like they're our friends and they like came to visit. Like it's just so cool. And then of course, in December, I got to get my makeup done by Makeup by Mario. I just can't even believe that that's even on this list of things that I've done because I would have never thought that that would happen. And he was so sweet, so nice. Such an amazing experience. I also got to meet Bella Hadid at her Orabella event. So insane. It was also Sam's birthday. We had Christmas, a lot of family time, quality time with Sam. Like it was just really a good month. And now we are here at the start of 2025, ready to take on a brand new year. I cannot wait to see what this year has in store. Above all of the cool experiences and cool people that I got to meet and trips that I got to go on, above all of that, one of my favorite parts of this year was that I truly felt like we grew as a community. Like all of you guys who follow me and support me every single day. I feel like we really got a new level of like closeness, and that is what means the most to me, like having you guys as literally like my best friends, to be honest. And I feel so lucky and grateful. That really will always be my top priority. This year's board, I really tried to print pictures that are more specific. Like I wanted to get even more specific than I did last year, which I feel like I did a good job of it last year, but this year I wanted to like really make sure that we're getting specific here, you know? Okay, I am completely done. Are you guys ready to see it? Here she is, all complete. I am so happy to have like an actual full vision board now. The other one was like half done, but I am absolutely obsessed with it. Like I feel so good about each and every picture on here. Let me give you guys a little close up. Here it is. I won't go through every single one because I'm sure some are very self-explanatory. I have some of my favorite quotes around here. One that I'd like to highlight is this one. This is something that I've been repeating to myself in my head whenever things get a little spooky, scary, I feel very anxious. I just have to like kind of put on a brave face. I always like repeat this to myself. It really stuck with me and I love that. We have over here some cooking because I want to really get back into like cooking and eating better. I also put a picture of a dream kitchen. Hopefully I have my own kitchen this year at some point, and I really would love it to look something along the lines of like a nice bright white kitchen. We have 888, which you guys know is my favorite number. and also angel number of abundance. We have be afraid and do it anyway, another one of my favorite quotes. An honorable mention, we have my little hoodie right here. It has not dropped yet at the moment that I am filming this, so I just thought it'd be cute to put this in here because she means a lot to me. Some new ones, we have Hailey Bieber. I would love to meet her this year or just do anything with Rhode. I love them. I love this one. I attract good news. Kept I'm the luckiest girl alive. This is one of my biggest goals of this year. I also had this on last year, but it didn't happen, so hopefully this year it will. I would love to be in like a beauty campaign of some sort, get to shoot with like a brand that I love. Yeah, here she is. I'm obsessed. This is a big deal right now, girls. We're putting it on the wall. Manifesting that everything on this board comes true this year. Can't tell if it's crooked or not, but she looks so cute. I love it. And it's right next to my bed, so I could always just look over and see it. I would always look at it throughout the last year, so I'm excited to have this fresh new one. I am so obsessed. Again, thank you so much to all of you who have been supporting me at any point throughout this year or at any point throughout my entire YouTube career. I owe it all to you guys, and I love you so much, and I cannot wait to take this channel to the next level this year and to have so many more fun vlogs. Like, I'm just very excited, and I can't wait to do it with you all. Hopefully this video inspired you to go and make your vision board for the new year, because you can do anything you put your mind to and dream until it's your reality. Let's get this new year started.